All right, so I just feel really inspired to talk to you about this today because I've had a lot of conversations this week and it's all kind of in alignment. Don't mind the shelf. We just hung this mantle and I have to paint the bottom. I'll get there eventually. And so I felt like you guys needed to hear this side of the story because it is very relevant to the conversations and also maybe what you're going through. So first off, as you know, I've been a registered dietitian. I worked in a hospital managing disease, and then you've heard the part about how I really felt then compelled and inspired to help people prevent disease. All very true. But the main driver, honestly, the main driver of starting my own business and then the passion that keeps me going and what I'm doing and what I'm creating and how I'm creating it all is disease, but it's also something else. It's also because of my own hurt and struggles that I've went through from weight stigma. So, and you know, you've seen me comment on these things a little bit, but I'll tell you why I have such a strong passion against weight stigma, because I dealt with it for so long, but you don't really hear that side of the story. So when I was in college, I was going to school to be a dietitian, right? But I was 35 pounds overweight, like I am now even, right? So I had that 35 plus pounds, right? But I was so healthy. I was eating so healthy. So I actually felt relatively good about what I was eating, but I felt so judged. I felt so judged about my weight. I was insecure. I felt looked at. I felt like, just my size. I shouldn't be this size. I should look this way. I'm trying to be a dietitian, but yet I have, all of this extra weight that is, in other people's eyes, unhealthy. But overall, I was healthy. Yes, I was living a normal college life. I had my, nighttime habits. I had obviously the social eating aspect. We'd all go to these, food places, probably at the wrong time of the day or night. So I did all those things. So all of that contributed to me being the weight I was, but I struggled so much being happy with myself because of weight stigma. And why do you think that is, right? It's like I wanted to accept my weight. I wanted to accept who I was, but I couldn't because weight stigma was constantly screaming, you need to look a certain size, be a certain way. And that's what we talk about. And those are the diets we do. So I did all the diets too, right? I really needed to fit that standard. I needed to look a certain way. That pressure was so thick that I would constantly feel like what diet can get me to that point. So I would jump on all the diets as well. And guess what? They worked, right? I lost weight. There's no question. Like literally, and if you've seen my blog, that's what I'm talking about, is that yes, you do lose weight on a diet. The problem is this doesn't change. So most often it comes back. The weight comes back because it's not about that. It's about within and your relationship with food. But guess what? Your relationship with food can't really change if within doesn't change, because you have to grow that self-respect and that self-worth to make those changes for yourself. Because if weight loss was enough, then we'd all be that perfect dream weight that we think we should be. So the pain and suffering of trying to look a certain way, be a certain size, because I was in school to be a dietitian, even though I was healthy, completely held me back from then reaching whatever weight it is I wanted to reach, right? I would always fall back into the old patterns and old routines because I didn't get the idea of how to change the relationship with food, because it actually starts from within. The self-acceptance and the letting go of self-judgment and the letting go of just obviously what people think of you, right? But allowing that weight stigma in, because it's out there pretty much in conversations and bathroom stalls and social media, on ads. It's the quick fixes. It's all out there to telling you you're not good enough until you reach a certain weight, or to tell you you need to look a certain size to be healthy. Mind you, I was very healthy at that weight, but yes, overweight. So I guess I'm just here to say that the reason that, I keep saying these things in different ways is because I've suffered so long myself. And then it wasn't until I could see the connection of the quality of life, of letting go of all of those basically what I was putting in my own head that people were thinking, even though they probably were thinking that because we're taught to think that about people's weight, and just letting go of that and then allowing myself that space to grow personally, to then learn more about my relationship with food. And it's not even all food. It's physical activity, it's sleep, it's stress, it's cortisol, which affects your metabolism. It's so much deeper than just one thing, but ultimately they're all strung together, and it kind of is that reflection of your alignment in life, that alignment with self-worth, or the things that you are hiding or burying within, or that you don't want to face, or you know, how judged you feel. And once I started stop judging others, right? I don't judge them for their weight. I don't judge them for their eating habits. I stopped judging myself. It did allow some self-acceptance to creep in. Once that self-acceptance started to creep in, I started to become so much more aware of what my habits were and where they were coming from. Once I had that awareness, I was able to say, okay, now how can I change what it is I need to change, which is usually your thoughts, and then thoughts can create totally different streamline effect. Yeah, weight stigma is there, but we can, one, try to work towards not contributing to it, meaning we have no business talking to each other about each other's weight in any way, whether they lost it, gained it, want to, don't want to, and reminding them that their worth isn't in their weight. The conversation you're having is because you value them as a person, and helping them value themselves as a person will not validate that they need to lose weight, right? And I'm not saying this that women shouldn't want to lose weight, because I do understand there is an aspect of that. I'm saying that the approach to do so can look different, and that approach can genuinely create consistency, which a diet is not. There's probably more to my story too that I would eventually share. I'm one of those people that kind of like sprinkle it out as I get braver. But if you just know that there is no secret to what it is, this isn't the certain who's selling what, who has access to this perfect thing and where it is. It's having resources to help you find yourself. Oh, I know that sounds so corny and dorky. I'm sorry to be that person, but it's to help you genuinely come back to within, so the habits you're creating actually take you to consistency. Because without consistency, which again is the number one thing that diets work, because you try to stay consistent on these rules, that consistency is what creates then that long-term effects, whether it be your weight loss or overall health or disease, in fact, prevention. So I don't know why, I just, someone was talking about how they wanted to feel better in their body, right? That's kind of how that first starts, right? I want to lose weight so I can feel better in my body. And I'm thinking, what if we took the steps to help you feel better in your body to allow you to actually lose that weight? So I hope you heard that in a different way. I hope you took what you needed from this. Maybe you do, you don't, I don't know. But I really want you to know that what we're doing in the Wholesome Community membership is offering you those tools, offering you that support, and then being in a community of people that are going forward, creating the mindset that's creating the lifestyle. So there is no secret within the membership. It's there, but it is hard to find these days without the weight stigma, without this, you're more worthy if you lose more weight, right? We're actually saying, hey, you're worthy as is, but let's help you create something that shows you your power within, so you can feel happier at any weight, because happiness is actually more so giving than weight loss. And happiness is not at the end of weight loss. Does that make sense? You reflect on that a little bit. Okay, thank you, Jan. Oh man, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I hope you're having a great day. Feel free to comment any questions below, and just know the journey is here to be enjoyed. One go around, one human experience. Make it great. All right, everybody. Bye.